Yo, it's Jeff Ross, Mike's hot, let's ride. Caffeinated Kangaroo with a crew worldwide. From Tassie to LA, we flip the script. Helping burnt out dads let the hustle shift. This ain't hype, it's purpose and play. Building biz with soul, the laptop dad way. Reels AI, freedom in your grip. With a boom sauce beat and a real talk tip. Hey, let's roll, you're the hero now, we're just here to soul. Let's bounce, legend in the awesome town where kangaroos coach and kings wear crowns. This is the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show, boom sauce, baby.
I gotta love that. This is the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show, boom sauce, baby. Well, g'day, guys. It's Jeff Ross here, your caffeinated kangaroo, bouncing in for one last hurrah before we wrap up this wild ride called Season 2 of the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show. Yep, I just want to say thank you from the get-go. You know, from the bottom of my dad-sized heart, thank you for tuning in, for sharing, for tagging, for messaging, for reviewing, and just doing life with me in this season. Hey, this is not just another episode. This is a quick recap, a reflection, a celebration, and a call to what's next. Because, mates, we've just gotten started. And now, if I had to sum up Season 2 in just one word, that word would be voice. You know, this season has helped me to find my voice in a whole new way. And I'm hoping it's helped you, our listeners, our community, unlock yours. You know, whether you've been stuck in Sucksville or just spinning your wheels trying to grow a brand online, I hope this season has given you what you needed to say. It's time. It's my turn. I've got something worth saying and people worth serving. That was always my hope going into Season 2, and I hope that we've accomplished that with all of the amazing interviews and solo episodes that we've been able to help you to unlock your voice. Now, let's talk about something that's absolutely amazing. The legends that we've had on this show, those of us who have helped us to feed into our souls, to nurture us, to help us to find our voice. I love the episode there with Johnny Els, who was actually just one of our most recent episodes there on episode 33. You know, we talked about with Johnny, fire around faith and freedom and even fitness. You know, he reminded us that success isn't about info. It's actually about being formed, not just informed. You know, knowledge is only great when it's applied and we actually go put it into action, right? Make sure you go back to episode 33 if you haven't heard that one. That was a really powerful episode with Johnny. I love the episode that we also had with Mike Hopp. Mike Hopp was episode 25. You know, this guy is an expat from America, you know, living in Thailand. When we caught up, he was in Bali. You know, he's just a digital nomad, living that nomadpreneur life. You know, he was talking about sharing his journey of purpose and minimalism. Try and say that word 10 times fast. You can see I'm tongue-tied over it. But you know what I mean? Living a minimalist life and building a business around your calling, not just hustle. You know, if you missed that episode, make sure you go back to that one. It's a mission trip for your mindset and help you to be able to focus on your mission and your calling. I got to love it. You know, this episode here with my good friend Dave Miller. It was just our last episode there on episode 34. Try and say that 10 times fast. I'm trying to, make sure I got the episode numbers there correct for you. But Dave is my right-hand man. He's the tech wizard behind the scenes. He's been seen as our AI guy, the sidekick to that. But he's not just a sidekick. He's running with me side by side, keeping step by step. You know, AI is the sidekick, not our enemy. You know, and I love the way that Dave's interview brought out building GPTs like Vio to support us in those tools and helping our team to use AI sound more like us, not less like us. That was a really powerful episode to see Dave Miller step up and shine. And I highly recommend that you go back to last week and watch that one as well. A few of my earlier favorites as we got into Season 2 one of them was Jonathan Mast. You know, where we actually not just talked about AI. Yes, we did have that conversation, and that's what he's known for in the space. He's really brilliant as a servant-hearted leader, teaching people how to leverage AI. But we actually spoke a really powerful conversation around the combination with faith and AI. We went deep into that space and how AI has helped us to amplify our journey of faith. He also brought the goods around brand legacy and combining emotional intelligence with AI systems to help us to not lose our human touch. Another episode favorite of mine here in this, and there's many to go. Like every episode's a favorite, right? But there's ones that are highlight that just step up for you. And I loved, our episodes with Martin Ruoff and Sandy Sagralata and DJ, Kylie Thompson, Lauren Tickner. We've had some amazing guests here, but one of them also steps out for me is Austin Armstrong. Now, Austin Armstrong, he's a repeat offender. He's come back on a couple of episodes now over the time with the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show. His episode in season 2, episode 8, is definitely one of those must-watch, go back and watch. He lit up with content strategy and YouTube ranking tips in that space and showed us the power of consistency, not just perfection. Another really powerful one, and I'm really grateful for the Los Angeles Tribune for connecting me with some really awesome people. People like Steve Ramona, people like Dane Doria, people like Rex Sykes and Danny Walsh. Rex Sykes is another really good one that comes to mind. That was episode 5 on season 2. Actually, there was a lot of really valuable wisdom on there and helping us to fail forward fast. He showed us how to reinvent and lead with wisdom, grit, and grace. And Danny Walsh reminded us that, what true proximity and presence looks like in leadership. That was another amazing episode. We actually kicked off season 2 with Danny Walsh. I love Jane Slack-Smith on season 2, episode 2 as well, with the heart of AI, social selling, and building for abundance. And one person that we cannot forget during the 35 episodes here on season 2 was Dame Doria Cordova from Money in You. That episode was absolutely amazing, and Dame Doria dropped absolute truth bombs around wealth, purpose, and legacy. Guys, this is the Boom Sauce baby time, and these guests weren't just talking, they were mentoring us through the mic. And that's what I actually love about being a podcast host. I get to be able to reach out to these experts in their arena, in their own field, and get free mentoring, get free wisdom dropped on me. And that mentoring, that wisdom that has just been dripping all over us, me and you concluded, our listeners, we've been getting that through this podcast. That has helped to develop and mature our character from, quite importantly, going from being informed to start being formed. But guys, here's the real win I reckon this whole podcast has brought around. This is not just about my transformation or their wisdom. This was always about your breakthrough. You started showing up differently. You've started building brands with backbone. You started leaning into AI, not with fear, but with confidence and fire. You've stopped sounding like everyone else, and you've started to find your voice, and you've started to sound like you. I've seen stories, your DMs, your comments that have brought evidence to this reality. This community that's following along with our podcast is coming alive. And I could not be prouder, mate, to be a part of your journey, to be able to help you to support that what was dead now coming to life conversation. So as we close up season 2, and I want to move into the next season, we're only just getting started. This is not done by any stretch of the means. We're shifting gears, though. We're going from gear 2 into gear 3, and we're going to get a lot more momentum going here in this space. So now with a drum roll, please. What's next? Well, we're stepping into season 3, and we're going to do this with a theme, of course. So season 2 was really about, up-leveling. It was about me getting in front of the right speakers, the right players to be able to help support you on your journey, but also support me in my journey as well, to help me to become the hero maker that I knew that it was always inside me that I could become. So there's the key, there's the theme, there's the clue. Where we're moving into now is the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show is going to keep its name. It's the brand that we've built here that you're familiar with, but we're going to move this into not just talking about AI and social selling and attraction marketing. You probably sensed a bit of a shift already in some of the interviews. We've been talking a lot about leadership qualities and what it takes us to help us to become the person that we need to be able to find our voice and share our voice and elevate our voice, right? Ultimately, what we're talking about here is this conversation of being a hero maker. What I've come to realize through, 53 episodes as we've done season 1 and season 2 in this space is AI, social selling, attraction marketing. They're just tools in our toolkit to be able to help us to create a personal brand that's got some magnetic attraction around it, to be able to go create a life by design. Ultimately, I've realized I don't build businesses. I don't build products. What I do in that whole process is I build people up so they can build others up too. This is the conversation we're talking about here, is this hero makers conversation. You can see I come alive when we're talking about this topic. So our next chapter is about the leaders who build other leaders. The heroes who create other heroes. There's a leadership track that I can see very clearly. We've got aspiring leaders, and we're going to interview other aspiring leaders, to help them to, create conversations that you, as other aspiring leaders, whatever field that you're in, whether it be network marketing, affiliate marketing, online marketing, coaching, mentoring, book podcasting, book authors, whatever it is, thought leaders of all types and sizes, whether it be in the Christian community, whether it be in the personal development arena, whether it be in the entertainment space, whatever it is, this conversation is going to bridge gaps and bridge chasms and helps us create a collaborative community project together. This is the next chapter of the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show. This is about helping those who have found our voice and are now ready to pass the mic on to the next generation. This is about legacy impact. We're talking about redemption stories. We're talking about reconciliation, unity, faith, love, truth, purpose, peace, joy. All of the things that bring us alive. And yep, don't worry, there still will be AI and social selling. There still will be a seat at the table, of course, because it is a big part of the narrative. It's a big part of the story. But guys, these are just tools in the tool belt, not the main character. The real story here is you. The real story here is your growth. It's your leadership. It's your legacy. And this is what gets me ignited. This is, you can see the flame in my voice, if you will, to help you to ignite your flame, your passion, and really find that ikigai sweet spot, the G spot of this whole conversation. Because as my friend Dr. Joseph McClendon mentions, until you find your calling, until you find your purpose, unfortunately, you're going to be walking around numb, looking for ways to escape life, looking at ways to just get through life, looking for ways to just live for the weekend, looking for ways to just survive, not thrive. So, legends, this is all about helping you to come alive and find your person. Purpose, not your person. You're going to find lots of people here, of course, that, when you find your tribe, you find your vibe. But this is about helping you to find your calling, to find your heart's purpose, to help you come alive, to go from what was dead to now come alive. This is called revival, yeah? I'm also an online pastor who has founded the Today's Discipleship community, as well as a mentoring and coach in the attraction marketing and social selling arena. Those things are not going to change. They're still part of the fabric of who I am. But this is that elevation. This is about that level up. This is about that conversation about stepping up and shining and showing up and leading by example to show you how this is possible. Guys, I started from as a high school dropout. I had a horse jump on my neck. I'm just a laborer at heart, through to building this journey up over the last 16 years to find this purpose, to find this calling, to find this voice, to be able to help you to go and do the same thing. So here's what I need from you, legends. I want you to hit that subscribe button on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube, or wherever your favorite channel is to listen. I want you to share this recap with a mate who's ready to step into the next season with us, and DM me, reach out, email. You can email me at jeff@lld.email. You can send me a WhatsApp message. You can go to my mobile and phone and get hold of me in that space. however it takes to get that connection, to get that conversation started. Because I love to be able to converse and talk to you about how we can help you to unlock your purpose, unlock your voice. And if you want to be part of this conversation, if you're listening, you go, oh, I've got something to say, I've got a story to share, I've got some wisdom to share to help this Hero Makers conversation, reach out. I would love to interview you and bring you onto the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show for season 3. So if you know someone who should be featured in season 3, or you want to step up and share your journey, make sure that you reach out. Because, guys, we're not just doing content anymore. We're building movements here. And this is how my flame can ignite your flame. And this is how we go do this together and go create a wildfire of impact for the greater good of society and go and transform the fabric of society into a space of positive light, love, and joy and hope. And this is how we go transform a world that is starving for truth, that is starving for connection, that is starving for life. This is how we go about raising up hero makers, dads, mums, leaders, sons, daughters alike, creators who know that they're not just building castles. This is about building up other people, because that's where we truly win. So if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Let's step up. Let's rise. Let's go. It's boom sauce time, baby. So legends, thank you for being a part of this incredible season up until this point. Thank you for your ears. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your shares. Thank you for your support. But most of all, thank you for just owning and being you. So next time till we see you on our next episode on season 3 for episode 1, stay caffeinated, stay legendary, and I'll see you on season 3 of the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show. Let's go, legends. Let's go. I'll see you there. Bye for now.